If you are juggling a full life and still chasing big goals, but no plan seems to actually work for you, you're not alone.
We've seen it all. Cookie cutter programs, coaches yelling, go harder with no real plan, clients burning out, getting injured, or just giving up because the plan didn't fit their life.
If you are juggling a full-time job and still chasing big goals, but no plan seems to actually work for you, you're not alone. That is exactly why we created Everyready Fitness, to build smart systems for people who don't have time to waste. This is for people who want real results without sacrificing everything else that matters.
We train entrepreneurs, executives, creatives, parents, people performing at a high level who need structure, clarity, and coaching that adapts to them.
That's not how we coach, and today we want to show you who we are and why we build this differently. I've been around fitness all my life. I started in sports when I was 12. I was never really good at it, but I did practice and I love practice. I eventually started going to the gym at maybe 16 years old because my cousin owned a gym and I started bringing my mom to the gym and I was like, why not go to the gym? I was always the one helping the guys. The guys looked forward to me, programming for them and training them. And I just started to love it. My other passion is psychology. I always loved how the human brain works and what drives people. So I think in my other life, if I wasn't a coach, I would probably be a psychologist. I got to New York in 2012 and immediately I became a coach and I just loved it. I just love making people better versions of themselves.
So guys, I've been in the fitness industry for 10 plus years and I've been in athletics on and off my whole life, but I've never been the best at any given sport on any team. I have, however, always loved tackling challenges and rising to challenges and overcoming them. And I found that through fitness, I was able to do this consistently, always chasing a new challenge, working hard at it and taking pride in it when I was able to overcome it. And that's something that I love to this day, all this time later, sharing with all my clients. Whether you feel like you can't lose the weight, whether you can't deadlift or hit a new PR, we're gonna approach the challenge, tackle it and overcome it together and then share in the moment together. And still to this day, 10 years later, that brings me all the joy in the world. But if I tell you that, Edie, you know what, from the start, I loved the challenge of, when I was at Equinox, oh, Marc, you can't do SFG. Marc, you can't, you're not gonna be able to do it. You're too new, you're too inexperienced. And then actually tackling that, working hard at it with you day in, day out, and overcoming it. Man, the joy that I felt in 2016 doing that is something that I never forgot. And I always held on to it with every single one of my clients. And that's no fluff. I absolutely love it when people say, oh, I don't think I can do this. And well, I think you can. And I'm gonna train you and we're gonna work on it. We're gonna tackle it and we're gonna nail it.
Well, that is what makes a good coach. Bringing the best out of you. And when I saw you at the gym, it's like, okay, well, and they were making fun of you. They were making fun of you and all that kind of stuff. But I saw it. I saw it in his eyes. He really wanted it. When I just had him make one promise that he showed up. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to charge you, but just show up. And he did show up every single day, and he put in the work. And you were one of the best at that weekend.
What can I tell you guys? That I think that Edie and I do what we do because we both love helping people in our own ways. And we have Edie and I have very similar skill sets and we differ in some fundamental ways also. So while a lot of our skill sets run parallel, sometimes our approaches go a little different. Edie, what could you say about that?
I'm more of the technical guy. So I'm the technical guy, I'm the numbers guy. Marc goes more by intuition, which is fine. Both actually work. That is his personality. I'm more of the numbers guy, behind the curtain kind of guy. So I always have a system in place. And that's what I created for Marc to pass that kettlebell certification.
Edie and I both love supporting people on their road to success. And it's true, Edie is more data-driven, I'm more intuition-driven. I think what I do with all my clients is, the important thing for me to teach my clients is to meet them where they're at. So often I get asked, is this good, is this bad? It's never bad. It's
good,
many times
good, better, best.
Right. many times it's good for where you are right now in your journey, right? Everybody starts at a different point in their fitness journey. And I think the important thing is to recognize that and to work with them from there and to understand who's in front of you and how they learn best. Some people will do better being pushed and some people will do better being nurtured. And I think as a coach, once you understand who's in front of you and what they respond to, you can really tap into their potential. So truly, to coach somebody and to tap into their potential, you have to understand who's in front of you and what they respond to. And in that regard, I think that Edie and I do the same thing in a very similar way.
Yes, we do it similarly intuition-wise. I always do it, but I wanted to further why people do what they do. So I got a certification in neurotyping and stuff like that. That's pretty much how your brain is wired. So just like Marc was saying, some people, they get motivated by being in the face. Some people you have to coddle them, like it is okay if you don't want to lose them. So everybody pretty much works different. So some people need to be pushed to get them to do something. Some people need to be coddled, like it is okay, good job. And some people like to be more technical. So that would be more me. So like, say if you're doing a squat, like, okay, well, turn your toes out, 30 degrees, you stay there. Some people like that kind of feedback.
And you know what? I think that's one area where you and I differ, actually, because while you can be technical and you encourage technique, I think, where is this person right now? And is the squat safe, right? As long as the squat is safe, I think it's okay for now. There'll be plenty of time to make it perfect. But again, to speak to intuition versus a technical aspect, do you intuit that the person is safe in front of you and that this is good enough for now, where you are on your journey, versus maybe a little bit more of a technical approach where I want you to set up in all these points and we'll keep rehearsing until you get it right.
I meet everybody where they are. I was just saying that there's some people that need, okay, well, they are pretty much harm avoiders. So they pretty much want everything to be perfect. So if you pretty much kind of squat, it's going to be good. I'm never going to say it's going to be bad. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
But then we're going to go to better. We might stay better for a little while and then we're going to go best. So it's always levels to that. But again, providing everybody's safe, you don't have to overcoach.
Yeah, I think.
That is the main thing. Safety, safety, safety. We started Ever Ready Fitness during the pandemic. Our box gym closed, and we still wanted to train people. Marc and myself, we started training people for free, so we did the group fitness thing, and we did that for weekend on weekend, and we just said to ourselves, like, why don't we start a company? That's pretty much how we started Ever Ready Fitness, because we wanted to just help people. Yeah.
And one thing that's at the core of how Edie and I train is we wanted to train people with minimum effective dosage, right? So we wanted to not work people harder than they needed to work to achieve the results that they wanted. So that means a very targeted program that hits on all the key points of what a person's goals might be without overdoing it, without fluff, without making it an unnecessary grind that you barely survive. Right? One thing that I have grown to think is, how do I word this? Because I don't want to throw shade at anyone, because I think there's validity in everything. But for me personally, one thing that resonates less and less with me are workouts or classes that you barely just survived. Right? There's a time and a place for stuff like that, but I believe that things like that should be the exception, not the rule. One thing that Edie loves to say is that, your workout is practice, right? You should see your workout as practice. And nobody ever kills themselves at practice, right? You practice so that you're ready for game day. Once in a while, you've got a game day that pushes you to the limits, and it's good to check those limits. But for the most part, you don't want to break your body, and you should approach your training the same way. So this is at the core of all the programs that Edie and I write. what we've talked about and how we wanted to establish our brand is how can we train you sustainably so that you can enjoy it and keep coming back and not feel like, wow, I made it through my week. Man, I hope I make it through the next week, because inevitably it's going to become unenjoyable and many people feel overwhelmed by it. It's very rare that I've met somebody that thinks, I can't wait to barely survive every single week.
Yeah, I mean, at our old gym, we had a lot of clients, CEOs, executives, lawyers, you name it, all had kids. They were all stressed out of their mind at work. And the last thing you want to do is add more stress on that. Yes, you want to give them a good workout in the gym, but it's not always working harder. That's why we always go, okay, well, how did you sleep? How did you recover? So if they came in and you have a plan, we always have a plan. But, they didn't sleep well, the recovery wasn't too, not what we wanted, we will dial it back. Because at the end of the day, you have to treat recovery as powerful as you treat your actual workout, especially the older you get.
Yeah, agreed. I think that I remember seeing this T-shirt years ago, or it might have been a T-shirt or a meme, but I saw this quotation years ago. If only more 20-year-olds train like 40-year-olds instead of 40-year-olds like 20-year-olds, they'd be in much better shape.
I mean, I've never seen that, but yes, that is true. Like, when I was 20, I thought I was indestructible. I wouldn't get injured. I did get injured, but you never think you're gonna get injured. And the older you get, is like, it is not worth it. It's not worth it because we don't recover like we used to, and we have to train and practice like that.
Yeah, I think that as you get older, you have to be a little bit more tactical in your approach, not only with how you expend energy, but with how you choose to recover as well. So, I was definitely the guy, especially when I was riding high on my wins, right? To say, well, I don't need to stretch. I don't need mobility work. I just need to get to the work. I need to overcome it. And I was warned at the time, let's see how long that lasts. And as I started pushing higher and higher, and as the injuries started racking up, I started seeing the wisdom in what people were trying to tell me, which is you don't only need a plan that pushes you hard, but you need a recovery plan. You need a warming up plan. You need a rest plan. And it's not to say that you have to obsess over the minutia, but you have to, as much as you're asking from your body, you have to give back to it. I think that's the best way to put it. That I saw that I was asking from my body all the time to push hard, and I was giving nothing back. And more or less, at some point, my body started pushing back against me. So guess what? Now you've got a tendon issue. Guess what? Now your sleep is messed up. Guess what? Now you're kind of emotionally all over the place because you're chemically disrupted, right? From overtraining or under recovery, however you want to see it. So we try to bring this experience, we do bring this experience to all of our people. Hey, we're not only going to train you hard and sustainably, but we're going to plan for your recovery as well. We're going to be tactical. Go ahead, Edie.
Yeah, we're gonna plan for your recovery even harder.
Yeah, we're going to be tactical in our approach so that this is a sustainable lifestyle for you. It's not just about training to meet a goal in the moment. It's about, let's do this for life. Let's get you your fittest life. Let's get you your strongest life. Let's get you to a level you didn't think you could achieve before, but let's do it in a way that you can sustain inevitably, just till the end of time. So guys, if you've made it this far, thanks for hanging with us. And if this sounds like something you're interested in or even what you're looking for, feel free to subscribe to us here. Every week, we're gonna break down how we train the busiest people using real science, real systems, and no BS. And if you're ready to work with us now, head to GetEverReadyFit.com to schedule a strategy call with us.
So guys, next week, we are gonna be diving into one of the most misunderstood performance tools, HRV, and why your nervous system should guide you through your training and not your ego.